back. Welcome back. We are out of here. We are out of here like a bald man. What it do, what it do, what it do. Remove this keychain off of here because this thing is annoying. Let's see. Indecisive. Outside right now. Exiting the parking garage. Welcome to the Bronx, New York. Thought it was gonna be a nice day today, but we got rained out. What could you do? Can't win them all, right? Yeah, welcome to the Bronx, New York. We're here in Co-op City, dry as a loop. You'll see how the Bronx looks in the rain. Light as always takes forever, super delayed. Let's get out of here. Let's get on out of here. Which way to head? Back home when you're driving, be safe. Get to your destination. Be safe. On to 33rd to Yonkers. To the rainy Bronx. The day started off good. Now see this happening. Here we go. Everybody's coming back into the city, so the traffic is to be expected. Be expected, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, welcome to the Bronx, New York. Just driving through. Seeing what we get into. Aside of traffic. sure gonna hit some traffic. That's not it. You ain't even gotta guess. A lot of people sleeping at the light. I'm sure it's a universal thing. Everybody rushes to the light and they forget that they're at it. They fall asleep at it. Rain got me feeling down right now. Free car wash, I guess, right? Free car wash. Raining hard enough to be ASMR. You know? Gotta change the stream real quick. Wipers are annoying as hell. It's like that Japanese company, super dry. I'm gonna honk too. You gotta honk too. You know what I mean? Honk too on that thing. Oh, here we go. Big bumps. Yeah, these joints are annoying my life. I don't know why they sounded like that. But yeah, this is Boston Post Road right here, where everybody's making this turn. You can cut through McDonald's, so you don't gotta wait at the light. There's a little spot right here. You can cut right through there and come out on that side. But they not. They ain't on. They don't know about that. They don't know about that. But yeah, I don't ever wait for this light unless I'm going straight. I'm turning right, I would have been over there. Again, the light changes and a second later they honking on the light. Haven't even gotten your foot off the brake to go over to the gas and they're already honking on the light. Dang. Starting to focus on this 233rd right here. 233rd Street. Dry wipes. You know what I mean? Police right there. Just hanging out there, NYPD. For no reason. This little fish market is alright. Dyer Fish Market. Get yourself steamed or fried seafood. Pretty alright. They affordable too here. But yeah. 233rd towards Webster Avenue, Jerome Avenue, on the north side of the Bronx. Again, the wipers are throwing the focus on. That's one of the main reasons when it rains. I'm like, oh, man, look like we need glasses. You feel me? We're on 233rd and Selden right now. Bronx, New York. Welcome. I'm gonna have to turn these wipers off. It's like really aggravating to hear that. But yeah, the sun, that's what I'm saying. The sun was gonna be coming down by now, but since the rain happened, it dark since like 3 o'clock. It feels like day's over. I mean, day is pretty much over. It's about 10 o'clock right now, to me. So I just got out of work. Beautiful this morning. The sun was out. Got me. But yeah, we're on 233rd. I don't even know anymore. Man. This weather makes you sleepy. Makes you lazy. Hey, see what I'm saying? The light just turned. Just turned. I didn't even get a second before he hung. Ave Maria. That's so annoying. I'm surprised the car wash is open. They ain't washing nothing. Unless they doing vacuums, but they ain't doing none of that right now. I don't know why they open. USA, what's up? What's going on? Salute from the Bronx, New York. Salute. This weather and the wipers, both the W's are taking L's today. The weather, L. These wipers, another L. New Mexico, yes. That's what's up, my brother. That is what's up. It just amazes me, man, how you can communicate with people all over the world at the same time. You know what I mean? That's crazy. Beautiful thing. Yeah, no? It doesn't stop out here neither. You heard the rain. People still gonna be out there doing the Uber Eats. They still gonna be, you know. It doesn't stop. People are still riding their bikes, their scooters. The hustle don't stop out here. Like, it's amazing how we can connect like this. Like I said, I'm gonna show you how the Bronx, when it snows, when it rains, when it's sunny, when it's, you're ready. All seasons, all times. With a speed camera right here. These joints is everywhere. Over 25. They gonna get you. And then they have some for the light. If you get the light, it'll give you a ticket too. But yeah, man, this thing got me a little down because shit, the day's gone, man. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. Still on 233rd Barnes Ave. It's the 2 and the 5. 5 train right here. Take it downtown, bring it back this way to the Bronx uptown. That's where the 5 train. I think one way is like $3.20 to get on the bus. Or $2, I don't know. $2.90, I think. I don't know. Got expensive to ride the bus and the train. Used to be dirt cheap, not no more. Excuse me. Yeah, bumps through here. Webster Avenue is coming up right now, right after this light. Webster Avenue. Bunch of potholes over here. This is Webster Avenue right here. 233rd of Webster Avenue. Passing through Woodlawn. That's where all my Irish lads are at, you heard? Yeah, for sure, bro. For sure. I'm telling you, if they could figure out how to charge us to breathe air, I'm sure they'd be charging us. I've been seeing the new cars. They were talking about the new cars. You gotta have all these subscriptions to use the radio, and I don't think it's true. I think people are lying, but can't put it past them, you know? Or imagine that. You can't even use the radio because you don't have a subscription for the radio. When you could just normally turn on your radio. Jesus Christ. This wipers are out of hand. But yeah, it's 233rd. Webster Avenue. Yeah, me neither. My car is manual on top of that. I don't even have an automatic car. So. But sometimes you see the car jumping around and you hear all these noises. Yeah. I don't even got an automatic car. My car is all manual. Side of the windows. Power window. Damn, this thing here. That was shut. Damn, this thing is shut with this joint. Trying to do my screen all the way off focus. What's up? Shout out to all the people that drive manual cars. There ain't too many people nowadays. And I go anywhere. I've gone to Maine in this car. I've gone to Florida in this car. I've gone to Virginia, Pennsylvania, everywhere, you know. Everywhere in the tri-state. In this same car. Everybody's like, oh, I don't like driving manual because you gotta continuously change the gears. Stop your blood clots crying. Still on the same gear. I haven't changed any gears yet. Now I'm changing. But yeah, that's what everybody says. Take this car to Florida and it goes over there perfectly fine. You know, once you're in motion, you don't got to use the clutch. All you need to do is get off a gear and that's it. It's in 5th gear, I throw the cruise control on and I'm out. But yeah, shout out to all the manual drivers, motorcycle drivers, or riders, sorry. You know the vibes. We getting on the Major Deegan right now. Damn rain, man. It feels like every Sunday it rains here. Like, they got gotta change the simulation a little bit because I feel like it rained last Sunday. Here it is again. Same story. Yeah, we'll be going downtown when they light up that tree. Hopefully I could be there the day of so I could show y'all. Even though y'all can see it on the news, but again, you're not gonna get to see my point of view. Well, we'll see if I can even make it, depending on the day. Wow, it's in New Mexico? I seen Ohio had got hit with some snow. Seeing it on the news out here. I'm in the Bronx, New York, and I was seeing wow, that's crazy. I was seeing that Ohio got hit hard with some snow. I'm like, if that would have happened here, we would have did how you call that? A state of emergency. They would have declared it a state of emergency. Once it starts snowing here, people lose their heads, and it's crazy. How much snow y'all supposed to get? A couple of inches or a blizzard? I ain't gonna lie. Back when I was a boy, little boy, younger, little kid, we used to have some blizzards in the Bronx. You heard, like, I remember like one of the last blizzards. I was older already, and I had it wasn't this car. This car's all-wheel drive. I had a front-wheel drive Scion, and I was working in Queens at the time, and they let us out of work because of the snow. It was gonna get bad, and forget about it. I got stuck everywhere with the damn car. Barely made it home. I left at 10 p.m. I got closer to my neighborhood at 3 a.m. and the car got stuck. I couldn't make it to my destination. I had to walk. That was the last bad snow I remember getting. And a few years back, they dropped the ball and sanitation didn't salt the roads or nothing. They thought we weren't gonna get any snow, and we got hit with a couple of inches. And ever since that, now they mention snow, and I've already seen plows out, and I haven't seen any snow. Man, that's crazy. But I actually want it. I want it to snow. I like the snow. Everyone else hates it, but I got little kids too, so they can play in the snow and all that. Memories. It used to snow like that. We would play football, and man, people who had sleds would, go sledding. We didn't have sleds, but we would get cardboard boxes, and you were ready. We go down the same thing that they were going down, and more efficient. We didn't get tired carrying the sled back up. Yeah, heck yeah, that's what I'm saying. I got an all-wheel drive Subaru, so the snow is like, it's crazy. Ever since I got the car, it has not snowed. And I'm like, of course. So I bet you as soon as I get rid of the car and get like a minivan, every year it'll snow. It'll snow in the summer. And it's like, come on, what's going on here? But yeah, 4Runner, that's, I want one. It's the big boss. That's what I'm actually trying to switch now to the Sienna or all-wheel drive. Because again, I have little kids and older kids. A lot of kids. So I gotta transport those little suckers. Van Cortlandt Park right here. In Van Cortlandt Park area. Salute. Manhattan College is over there. Fordham University, Botanical Garden, Bronx will be down this way. You know. That's the Major D in there. Manhattan College. We're not too far from Washington Heights and all of that. We're probably like 10-15 minutes. Well, now with the rain, probably 20 to 25 minutes. This is the Riverdale section. Nice section of the Bronx over here. Expensive section. You go to one train passing, how epic is that, huh? Look at that. Boom, you get to see the one train. Hello, baby. Boom, there you go. Welcome to New York City, the Bronx, baby. The one train headed downtown. That'll take you to South Street Seaport. Oh, look, the other one's coming too. And this one here, this one slower than molasses, is actually going into the last stop. Last stop is Van Cortlandt. He's going to the last stop. And the other one just started the route. This is local, so this will go downtown local. It'll take you about an hour to get down to 42nd. To 42nd Street in Times Square. It'll take you about an hour, hour and a half. Because it stops on every single, you know, it's not express. It stops on every single train stop or station. Keep on going. I was gonna turn there. But yeah, that was like perfect time. Perfect timing. The train passed right as I came. You know what I mean? Right. I actually paid for that, guys. So I'm saying this channel here, you know, I don't pull no, you know what I mean? If I gotta tell them, you know, if I gotta pay them so it can happen right on stream, that's what I do. You know. So yeah, that was orchestrated by me, guys. So you're ready. Subscribe so you can see more. And let this lady pass if she wants to. The stop sign. Run along, man. But yeah, this is the Riverdale section. This is Irwin Avenue over here. This is nice. This is where I park my motorcycle at back here. But as you can see, it's not riding weather at the current moment. That's why I love the summer. That's why I think I'm moving out. Ride bikes all year round. I want to be able to have dinner outside instead of, you know, always being cooped up inside here, man. That's the only bad thing that just living four walls here in New York. So I'm always outside because you'd be depressed if you stay home all day. Unless you like to stay home and play video games and stuff like that. Not me. Not me. I got ADD. Gotta be outside. And for real, man, I want to be outdoors. I want to be, you know, I want a fire pit, so at nighttime, again, I want to be outside, but it got a little cold, but so what? Burn some stuff, you know what I mean? Have a couple of adult beverages, you know? Good vibes. Here, I ain't gonna hold told you, you'll see in the summer, when I start going live in the summer, you're going to see the sidewalk barbecues that happen here. People having a whole barbecue. Maybe having whole baby showers. Yeah, baby showers in front of your building. It's like, what part of the game is this, my friends? But yeah, it's a different animal over here. Right. Uh-huh. Prendete algo. Prende y pasa. You know? But yeah, man. One day. It's like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I don't want to leave New York, but I want to leave New York. At least in the winter, you know? I'll come back for the summer. But for the winter, I'm out of here, man. Originally from Puerto Rico, so you already know. It's cold, it's like, we just make good money out here. That's the only reason we're here. But besides that, I'm out of here. I am out of here. Again, you make good money here because you spend it all here. Paying rent, parking tickets and shit. Oh God, don't get me started. But yeah. Welcome to New York City. The Bronx. Take you up here to Katona and all that. Yeah, no, over here is ridiculous. I don't know what everyone else's rent is, but 2-bedroom apartment here. That's what I have. 2-bedroom apartment, $2,400. No utilities included. So that means, you know, I gotta pay for Con Edison and all that. So you're ready. $2,400 for a 2-bedroom. 1-bedroom right now in the Bronx is like $1,800. I mean, in a good neighborhood, you can get rents for cheaper, but you're gonna be in the South Bronx. You're gonna be in, you know, less desirable neighborhoods. You know what I mean? Again, when you gotta tell people, excuse me, to go into your building type. You know? But yeah, nah, rent is expensive out here. It's like, again, if you're just working 9 to 5 out here, you're gonna be struggling. You gotta work 9 to 5 and hustle. You know what I mean? You better be doing something. Another insurance. Watch, I'm gonna show y'all. It hasn't happened yet. I haven't caught one yet, but you'll see. Most likely tomorrow, you'll see. The cars with the wheels. Everybody's stealing the wheels off of the cars out here. Like, it's just ridiculous. Things are crazy right now, yeah? The city's just... The catalytic converter thing was oh my God, this is... Again, this is the melting pot. Things are out of control. So you gotta get up out of here, man. Yeah, that's wild. That's wild. Here is like, I'm telling you. So the, you know, again, the insurance is high because the theft on the vehicles are high. That it's just like, again, you know, depending on your zip code, you know, they charge you depending to where you live. So if you live in the South Bronx versus here where we at now, this is Riverdale, the rates are cheaper up here because the crime isn't, it's not that it's not happening here, it happens here. It isn't as high as in the South Bronx. The South Bronx is happening twice, 3 times a day. Here it's happening once a week, you know? But it's still happening, you know what I mean? So yeah, so since that's happening, you end up paying for that because you're a liability. You know, they know that you might be hitting them with a claim. Yeah, I'm in New York. New York City, the Bronx. What's going on? Oh, you talking to? You talking to USA? He's in New Mexico. I'm in the Bronx. But either way, man, you're ready. It's expensive. You see, look at these apartments here. You know, this is like easily, no lie. There's gotta be. If there's studios there, those studios are probably like $3,500 because this has a doorman, security, and all of that. And you're right there on the Hudson, so you have a nice view of the water and all of that. So yeah, you're not just no regular Como Se Emerson going in there, and you know you ain't a regular apartment. It's more like a condo. There's a lot of nice houses back here too. Couple of mansions back here. This is in the Bronx. But again, this is the back of the Bronx, Riverdale. You know, these over here, again, I'm gonna, you know, there's some lobbies here that these lobbies are like, I used to do Uber Eats in the pandemic. And I've gone into some of these buildings here on the Hudson. It's like everything is like crystals and marble and glass, and it's like, wow, like this is in the Bronx. Like you would never think that. I wouldn't think that. But yeah, this is I don't even know what this is called back here, but they got a lot of nice houses back here. I just call it the rich part of Riverdale. You know what I mean? A lot of wildlife over here. Already, this looks like we upstate New York. You know what I mean? We're still in the Bronx. Sure you. Where you from? Where you from? You can't even hardly see those people there. They got a parking over here that you can park up and then walk this strip. I wouldn't walk it now. I'll walk it in the daytime. I'm not scared, but I wouldn't. It's not, you know. There's like no sidewalks here. You know what I mean? You have to walk on the street. I walked it in the day. I actually didn't walk it. I'm not. I rode through here on bicycle a lot during the pandemic. You'll see people walking the trails and stuff. Yeah, you can park right here. There's a spot right here. Come right here, look. Jesus. Park right here, and then there's trails through that trail through there. Riverdale Park Trail. I don't know if y'all can see that. Let me see if I can. You could go that way. Now the gas prices aren't, well, depending. I use regular. It's like $2.99 in some places. Cash, credit, it's a little bit higher, but it's like $2.99 right now. You go into Jersey, it's a little cheaper. Look, this is the other side, another trail over here. Imagine that. Look at that. Who's going in there? Jason Voorhees, not me. No, sir. I'm not scared, but I'm not. I'm not going in there. We make sure the doors are locked. Actually, you feel me? When I was younger, I could run a lot, but you know, your boy's gotten older. I can't run out of here. So yeah, I wouldn't walk this at night. But shout out to anyone that would in this. Real OG. I ain't with it. As you can see, there ain't really no street lights here. And they're so far in between that doesn't even, you know, not much of a help. Back of Riverdale. See what I'm saying? You had a paranoid mind, you're like, oh, they're trying to set me up here. Yeah, why is he stopped right here? But that's alright, we're not stopping. You see that? That dude is walking through here and he got his phone, the flashlight on his phone on. I'm telling you, it's dark through here. Looks good on the camera, but through my eyes, it's dark. Let me see. There's those two people there. That's what I'm saying, dangerous. There's no shoulder. There's no sidewalk. That's why I want to walk in. We're in the Bronx, New York. We're in the Riverdale section of the Bronx. Word. They must live around here, you heard? Because, again, and this is safe here, but, I mean, I ain't with it. It's as safe as any other place, right? You know, there's nothing through here, you know, besides. You got a Peloton, you heard? Walk in your house. Yeah, this is, that's what I was saying. You would think we upstate New York, but watch, I'm gonna turn here and you're gonna see. Again, we're still in a good area because this is Riverdale, so this is not gonna look like the South Bronx. This is not gonna look, you know what I mean? But we are in the Bronx and you'll see buildings and stuff once I pass this block here. But yeah, this is the nice, you know, this is on the Hudson. South Bronx is maybe 15 minutes. But yeah, this is, you can't see. I don't think you can, but that's all water down there. That's the Hudson. That's why this is the nicer place. You gotta have, some good money to live over here. Yeah, the South Bronx is probably like 15 minutes away from here. Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. You got some beautiful views there, because I'm telling you, I've gone to Uber Eats and I've been into the building and, you know, you can see like when you're waiting for the elevators and stuff, the views are like amazing. But yeah, you'll see. I'll cross over and it will be in Marble Hill, which is the New York, the NYCHA buildings, you know what I mean? The projects. That's what they call them, the projects. But yeah, this is the Henry Hudson. Take to the west side or into Jersey. But yeah, this is, again, Riverdale here. Good section. I'll take you to the hood section. Go from the good to the hood. Again, hood is just, you know, hood is affordable. Good is when you're doing good. Because again, in the hood, let's say in the projects, A 2-3 bedroom is gonna still cost you a 2-bedroom again, like $2,400, and a 3-bedroom, if not $3,000, close to. It doesn't matter if it's in the projects or not. This is the Bronx. You know what I mean? That's what they go for. I'm not trying to hype it. Look it up yourselves. And then again, look up here. Look up Riverdale. This building in front of us, these apartments, they sell them. So like 180,000, 200,000. And you know, you gotta pay your maintenance fee and all of that. And all of these buildings back here, these are good buildings. These buildings are, you know, doormen, everything, security, all the good stuff. Like I said, we're gonna be going down this hill where those cars are going to the right. We're gonna go down the hill, and you'll see. Yeah, that's for a 1-bedroom, a condo, 1-bedroom condo, and then you gotta pay maintenance fee. Figure, let me honk too, so y'all can hear my horn. Because again, the light just turned. This Vinny Vanadooch wanna just honk the horn like, you know, we all just here for, you know. Right, that's what I'm saying. That's a 1-bedroom. 180 to 200, that's a 1-bedroom. And then remember, you gotta pay maintenance fee. So the maintenance fee probably be like $1,000 a month, if not more. But since it's a 1-bedroom, like about 1,000. If it's 2 bedrooms, it's gonna be more than 1,000. You get it. But yeah, look, coming down this hill, we're gonna be coming into the hood now. And those are the good buildings, the ones I told you. Now we're going into the neighborhoods. Nah, hell no. In order for the government, you gotta have a government program or something in order for them to pay. But nah, they don't pay nothing. This is a speed camera right here. You go faster than 25, they'll catch you. When I start making money, I'll catch some tickets on stream so y'all can see it. But yeah, nah, the rent here is ridiculous. I hate this bus service real quick. Yeah, nah, the government don't pay for nothing. If anything, they want everything. You know what I mean? You know, we haven't got no snow. It's funny because on, what was the last holiday we had? Veterans Day. Veterans Day, I went to Virginia, and you know, just for the day, I went up. You know, I stood over a night or whatever, and they were saying that it snowed in the Bronx, and I'm like, yeah, it figures, because I'm up here in Virginia. But yeah, no. But yeah, this is now we're gonna turn into the hood right now. Riverdale finishes right here. And now you're gonna see Marble Hill. If you look up Marble Hill, those are NYCHA buildings, aka projects. And that's what's coming up now. But yeah, if you got like Section 8 and all that, that's when the government pays for your thing. But if you work, you don't qualify for Section 8 or none of that. And if you do, it's like they might pay a little bit, you know, maybe like $100, $200. So imagine you got $1,800 rent. They might pay $100 or $200, depending, but not really. I don't got that luxury. I go to ambulance at St. Barnabas Hospital. Hopefully everybody's all right. But yeah, that big building to the right, it's Marble Hill. It's NYCHA buildings. said, these are all what you would call projects here in New York. Marble Hill houses. I'm gonna show y'all the sign right now when I make this turn. Hopefully there's this jerky boy behind me. You know. Marble Hill houses, aka the projects. Oh God. But yeah, that's the PJs. This is the hood. This is, you know, again, these are the PJs. This is where a lot of people don't want to come. Marble Hill houses. We're gonna go into Washington Heights real quick, into Dykeman and all that, which is technically speaking Manhattan. So we're gonna cross from the Bronx to Manhattan right now. Word. Once we cross this bridge, we'll be in Manhattan. Yeah, once we cross over Dykeman, that's heavy Dominicans. I mean, that's their section over here. A lot of them over here. A lot of good food over here. Goodness. A lot of good eats. The marinas over here. A lot of nice places over here. Still on Broadway. Under the one train. But yeah, subscribe if y'all want to see more of the Bronx every season, every time, day, noon, and night. This is what we do, my people. I'm trying to get to that 1,000 subscribers so we can continue to do this. Otherwise, you know the vibes. Starting to grind my gears. But yeah, there's a thing here too. There's a flat fix that has like this thing. Can't even. It's like an arch. The arch is from like 18 something. I can't even see it right now. We're on 215 in Broadway right now. From South Street Seaport downtown all the way downtown Manhattan. I walked back uptown. I walked up here to 225th and Broadway. It was like I don't know how many blocks, but sheesh, it took me 7 hours. 7 hours to walk from South Street Seaport back here. It's 20 miles, it said. And let me tell you, it was all right. Good salute, man. Good looking, my brother. Yeah, heck yeah, bro. And it's crazy because I did it like I did it just to be like, let me try. You know, like see if I can, how far I can make it. If I can, I'll get on the train at any point. I did it, and now like I want to do it again. To better the time, and just because it was like, wow, that was it's a bucket list. I didn't even know I wanted to do that until I did it. But yeah, this is Washington Heights here. This is I'm gonna go down Dykeman itself. Turn here. But we're gonna go down Dykeman. Even though all these strips are jumping, you know, all these little strips here. Get everything you need, you heard? Everything you may need is on strips here. And again, this is now Manhattan. We left the Bronx. We're now in Manhattan. Upper Manhattan. This is called the Upper West Side, for the ones that don't know. Upper West Side in Manhattan, but it's easy for me to be like I'm in the Bronx still, because I feel like I'm in the Bronx. But yeah, I'm gonna be showing y'all the Bronx, Brooklyn, Manhattan, Queens, Staten. You ready? The whole New York, everywhere I go. I'm gonna start turning this camera on, and I'm everywhere. So you'll wake up in Virginia, Puerto Rico. It's time to honk the horn, cause you're ready. They just lally-gagging. This thing started pissing me off. I'll make this right turn, because under the train is impossible. No sense of urgency, lady. You know, take your time. Take your time, slime. Backing up, but you know, he hasn't figured it out yet. Shanghai. But yeah. Welcome to New York City. Welcome to New York City. Don't listen to the people, man, talking about there ain't nothing but rats out here and all that. That's a lie, bro. That's a lie, my friend. It's no rats. It's just a few. Funny enough, most of the rats are over there in 42nd and all that. You heard downtown. That's hilarious. The little smart car has a rack to carry stuff. It's so small. Never seen that. See that? A lot of bodegas here. On every corner, there's a little bodega. That's how you know you're in the hood. You know what I mean? When you're in good neighborhoods, there's no stores, there's no liquor stores, there's no nothing. It looks like you upstate New York. You know when you're in the hood, when you see this. When you see supermarkets and liquor stores, bodegas, panaderias, all that, you know, the dollar stores, every little shit like that, you know you're in the hood. When you can get everything you need in one spot, that's why it's the hood. They're trying to keep you, you know what I mean? Stop roaming around. We need you to stay right here. Let's go, let's go. They got a $1.50 slice out here too. You can get yourself a $1.50 slice of pizza. And funny enough, it beats out some of the $5, $6 slices sometimes. Yeah, this is Dykeman right here. This is Dykeman. Salute to everybody who's double parked in Dykeman right now. And the guy with the high beams on. You're blinding me, my boy. And you're ready. The buses have Wi-Fi, so if you gotta take the bus, at least you get Wi-Fi. You know what I mean? But yeah, heck yeah, it's a good deal. $1.50. I think they got a little special. You get 2 slices and a soda for $3. That is like, look at this, double park. Shout out, salute to everybody double parked in Dykeman right now. Look, the cops right there too. Cops don't give a flying who is double parked or anything. They in there playing Fruit Ninja or whatever they doing. But yeah, hilarious. Everybody double parked, nobody got a ticket. You know? Little Italy's like that too. Little Italy in the Bronx, you could be double parked and cops don't give you tickets and none of that. But everywhere else, Ticket City, baby. We're gonna go down the Zaza block. Block is known for the Zaza. Well, this whole area. A lot of people love this spot here. Cachapas. Cachapas, Ima. They love them joints. They go to train again. Look at that. 2 times. I'm telling you, I pay for this, people. I pay. So every time I pass, the train can be on stream so I can show you guys that don't live in New York. You know what I mean? The train above ground. That's the 1 train. This is the Dykeman stop. It just left. Next stop is 207. Stand clear of the closing doors, please. Boom, boom. You know what I mean? Welcome to New York City. The bar, look, right there it says it. Dykeman. Dykeman Cafe and Grill. And there goes the train again. I'm telling you, it's costing me a lot of money, people. It costs me a lot of money to reserve the train to pass through here while I'm on stream. But yeah, we're going down the ZA block. You're ready. You need the ZA. Come see the fellas. You're ready. Stay loco. Come on. You know the vibes. You know the blocks. Like I said, you know you're in the hood when you see liquor stores on every corner, bodegas on every corner, barber shops, nail salons. That's only in the hood. Besides that, good neighborhoods don't have none of that. Good neighborhoods, you gotta leave the neighborhood to go get anything. Let me see. This is one of the ZA blocks. If you're in New York, get off on Dykeman, walk through here. You feel me? Tell them your boy who sent you, and you already know. You'll be Gucci. You'll be Gucci. You know what I mean? Like I say, you see, man, double park cars, they'll triple park if you let them. You know what I mean? Yeah, these are the ZA blocks. You see that little red awning and all that? Come see the fellas right here. They get you right. You know, like anything else. The Cloisters is right here. There's a museum right here in this park. If you're ever in New York, come down to the Upper West Side and go to the Cloisters. Thank me later, you heard? It's crazy in there. I be telling people, it like Jesus was there at one point of his life. I'm not trying to be funny, but crazy. Nice looking thing. The only thing is they have like a lot of old school artifacts and all that. If you get too close to the stuff, there's like a laser, and that joint starts going off. You heard? Like if you get too close to the art pieces and stuff. And you know your boy was setting them all off because I was trying to get closer to get a better look, and I was setting all the alarms off. I'm surprised they didn't kick me out of there. Word. But yeah, man. This is the Bronx. Well, right now we're in Manhattan, but yeah. I'm about to turn right here again on Dykeman, only because I can't turn under the train. I'm gonna turn right here, show you how to $1.50 slice. You feel me? For $3, you get 2 of them and a soda. So, killer deal. You know what I mean? Whatever, bro. Honking the whole fool. But yeah, look at it right there, my people. Get yourself a hot pizza. Boom. Hit that zoom for y'all real quick. Boom. If you're ready, call them up now and get your pizza, my people. $1.50 slice. And they're alright, you know, again, they might not win any awards. You feel me? But you could go to an official pizza shop and spend $5-6 on a slice and get a terrible slice, you heard? That $1.50 slice, every time you get it, you're gonna be like, hey, it wasn't bad. It was not bad. Again, probably ain't gonna win no awards, but it's gonna do the trick. You ain't gonna be hungry, that's for sure. Look at this doofus. I'm over here because I can't be on that side. It's the thing about New York, man. Everybody wanna go first. We gotta turn here because we can't turn under the train station. And this is actually a bad idea. I'm gonna go down Broadway because I'll get stuck on too much traffic if I try to make the left turn. It's still gonna leave me under the train, and that's not gonna be, it's gonna be no good for me. So I'm gonna just make the turn here. We're back to the ZA. You feel me? on Broadway. You're gonna turn on Broadway, but if you were to make a left turn at this light here and walk up to 179th, you can cross the George Washington Bridge on foot. You can cross the George Washington. They allow you to cross it on foot, or on bikes, on skates, or however you want to cross it. I'm just saying, pedestrians can cross it. You would just walk to 179th and Broadway, make a right, and you'll be right on. Anthony, what's up? You'll be right on the George Washington Bridge. I recorded a video there, but the wind is so crazy, it sounds like you're skydiving, you heard? So I never posted it because now you can't literally hear nothing. All you hear is so I was like, yeah, I can't post that. But yeah, this is Broadway right here. We're gonna be making a left. And pause. This block is real suspect. This is Cummings Street. And the very next intersection is Seaman. So hey, that's not me. That's the name of the blocks. Feel me? So don't be like, oh, he's trying to be funny. Nah, my people. I'm not trying to be funny. That's literally the name of the block. I'll show y'all right now. Look, I'm not lying. Look. Cummings. Seaman. Yikes. Who named these blocks? You head into Bridgeport. That's what's up, bro. Safe travels, my brother. Hey, you. What's up with you? But yeah. Safe travels, man. You know, it's a little rainy out here. You know how people get. But yeah, those blocks are suspect, you heard? Cummings and Seaman, whoa. Who came up with that? I don't know who did it, but they must have been a troll back in the day. Because, come on, you knew what you were doing. You knew what you was doing. I would hate to live that, and you know, that's my intersection. Yes, sir, my brother. Luckily, it stopped raining. I mean, not like it matters because it freaking still got dark quick anyway, bro. Yeah, we're about to be crossing back into the Bronx now. Crossing back into the Boogie Down. We're in the Upper West Side right now. When you're ready tomorrow, I'll probably, I don't know where we're going to be tomorrow. Again, still trying to figure it out myself, so I gotta get organized, you know? So every day I have somewhere to go. You know, show y'all the Bronx instead of going through the same neighborhoods. You know, because again, just driving around aimlessly, so it's like, just gotta pick a section. I guess tomorrow we'll go to the South Bronx. You know what I mean? We'll be on the South Bronx. I was supposed to go on that side today, but again, I came out of work, I seen it was raining going on that side just because. Like, what's a rule out? We'll do the South Bronx tomorrow. We'll go to Hush Point. We gotta go in the day because I got a headlight out. And if you know anything about New York, Hush Point, the cops in Hush Point, you're ready. They're trying to catch you slipping. You feel me? Trying to catch you slipping so they can hit you with those tickets and lock your ass up. But in the daytime, we should be alright. But yeah, little by little, my people, we'll get to where we going. Throw this in the Life is just like these roads, you heard? It's full of potholes. It's full of bumps. You know what I mean? Red lights. You know, you're ready. I'ma make it. It's just gonna slow me down. It ain't gonna stop me. You figure deals. But yeah, I'll go all over. Tomorrow, as I'm saying, I'll work my way from the south. I'm on this side of the Bronx, you know what I mean? I live closer to the Riverdale. I'm not in Riverdale, but I live closer to that side, so I always end up this way. And you know, 196 and Valentine is literally right down the road from 225th and Broadway. You're literally right up the block from me. But yeah, gotta love it. We'll be back in the Bronx as soon as we make this left turn and cross that bridge. We'll be back in the Bronx. We're on 225th, Marble Hill section at Boogie Dam. And you know the vibes. We got the little eatery right there if you want some chimichurris and all that. Oh no, that's the burger joint. You got burgers, got the chimichurri truck. You got people that are not trying to leave the light, you know what I mean? Oh God. You know the vibes. Target right here on 225th. Already know this Target is always jam-packed. Like, people love this Target. I guess Target in New York, in the Bronx and in New York, it's like Walmart, you heard? Because when I leave New York, when I'm in Florida, it's like Walmart is like a bodega. You heard? It's like, we gotta go to Walmart. That's every day. When I go out there with my siblings, we be doing a tally. How many times we went to Walmart. I never ate there, bro. It's good. I never had. I walked by a bunch of times. I never had. But yeah. I'm gonna show y'all the chimichurri truck on Bailey. Chimichurri truck is a Dominican burger. You feel me? Oh, of course, bro. That's all they got here. I'm gonna show you a speed camera right now. As soon as I turn to show y'all the chimichurri truck, there's a speed camera right there. And look, there's one right here. Look, funny enough. There's one right here. Look. The speed camera right there. And there's gonna be one right here when we make the right turn. For the chimichurras, I be getting the little cheese sticks. They're not mozzarella. It's queso tropical. And they're not even open right now. But still, either way, look, that's another speed camera right there. Boom. These things right here, ladies and gentlemen. Anything over 25 miles an hour, it takes a picture. The registered owner is gonna get a ticket in the mail. You figure deals, they everywhere. They are everywhere. And these are the NYPD for the people that don't live out here. These are NYPD cameras. And that box is for when you shoot. Let's say you shoot an illegal gun. In New York City, you shoot a gun, that box there knows that you shot it in this area. So they wouldn't go look, you know, in Marble Hill because they know the gun was shot. I don't know how that works, but they know that the shots were fired, you know, a mile or 200 feet or whatever it is from that box. And that's everywhere. This is the hood, so there'll be one here, 2 blocks away. There'll be another one, 2 blocks away. You know what I mean? This is Kingsbridge. I'm not even gonna go. I'm gonna go to Kingsbridge, matter of fact. Look at this bada dooch. You're making the Forerunners look bad. That was a Forerunner, you heard? But yeah. What a bada dooch. We say New York City is so dirty. Hilarious. That was hilarious, my boy. Let us know where we can get tickets for the show. Yeah, we on Kingsbridge right now. Going up top. I would say I'll be hoping I get trolls, you know what I mean? Like some good trolls, you know? Popular ones. Yeah, this is the Kingsbridge section. We're gonna see the Armory. Yeah, stay in Chicago, you heard? Since it's better, stay over there. Been to Chicago, and let me tell you, you can keep it, you heard? No, Chicago is top 1 city, not 3. Chicago's top 1, you heard? Nothing can beat Chicago. You guys are the end all be all, you heard? Yeah, that's the beautiful thing about New York. Don't nobody care what anybody got going on. Don't nobody care if you won the Mega Millions. None of that. You know what I mean? Salute. Thanks for the interactions. You heard? Thanks for the engagement. Salute. Hopefully you got a big following. So, you know what I mean? You could actually do something. Here we go. Got all the decorations up. I'll be passing the Armory right quick. The Armory has turned into a vendor's paradise, yeah? Everybody's out here just vending. Yeah, figured deals. That's what it has turned into. Meanwhile, don't nobody talk about LA. Don't nobody talk about Chicago. Ain't nobody trying to visit no Chicago, bro. Everybody trying to come to New York City. Dirty New York City. Where everybody wants to come. Nobody trying to go to no Chicago. Out of here. I see everybody talking about, yeah, I want to go straight to Chicago. Please. Por favor. Por favor. That's a fact. I'm telling you, you come over here and you have a good time. You heard? You come over here and you're going to be like, you know what? I'm coming back to dirty New York. Again, this is where everybody wants to come. New York City. The boroughs. Corn. It's a corn, my boy. Corn, but yeah, pulling up on the Grand Concourse. We'll go through 196 and Valentine right quick. My peoples used to be on 199 and Bridge, you heard? Remember they had the Jekyll and Hyde out there back in the day too. That was the good old days. You heard. You hearing it. Look, you actually writing it, bro. Thank you. Thank you for the free promotion, bro. These engagements are getting better and better. Getting better and better. You know what I mean? Look, a chimichurri truck right there. This is the Grand Concourse. That house right there is Edgar Allan Poe's cottage, you heard? Crazy, right? That's crazy right there. But yeah, the Grand Concourse. You heard? Nobody want to see none of that, bro. Nobody want to see none of that, bro. You ain't got nothing to prove to me, bro. I know you can smoke me, all that. Whatever. It is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, we're on the Grand Concourse. It's like 194 more or less. Just going the opposite way. You know the vibes. Oh. Yeah, Grand Concourse. You already know Valentine is right next to us, to the right of us. Here we go, 196 in Valentine.